Looking good, YouTube. My name's Love Game, or PD1 Piranha if you prefer. And I'm a man destined to become undead. Yeah, that's right. This LP, as I've hinted at a few times in my previous videos, and by hinted at I mean I've mentioned the name of the game several times, is the one and only From Software's 2011 masterpiece, even though it says 2012 down there, Dark Souls. As you can see, here's the character creation. I'm going to be skipping the character creation, as in not showing it on screen, because who wants to see me do that? I will just show you the basics here. My name, as you guys know. Can I use the keyboard? Let's see. Oh, I have to hit... That's fucking weird. My name is Nathan. Obviously, I'm a man, as you can tell by my incredibly feminine voice. We have a class, gift, and physique here, which is kind of just aesthetics. I'm quite thin, so I'll go with the slim build. The facial preset, I guess the easiest one to go for is, oh, I'm not black. I'll go with this one for the basic preset. Hair, you say? Anyways, I should talk about the game. Right, this is a game that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, probably since about 2014, actually. As a mattress of facts. And I'm glad to be finally doing it for you guys, because I definitely dig this game a lot. It is one of my favorites. I originally played it on the Xbox, but we're going PC Master Race for this run, because we have the Prepare to Die edition, which is the definitive edition of the game, and we'll play in a full 60 frames per second, as my frame counter is displaying currently, which is very nice, because, I mean, if my 2017 PC could run a 2011 game, I'd be kind of ripped off, you know? We'll go with this for the hairstyle. I guess just for fun we'll do silver hair. Let's see. The gift is a bit inconsequential. You can get all kinds of different, like... The blessing, well, as you can see, is kind of a full heal, or full restore from Pokemon, actually, is pretty much what it is. It'll do what it says, restore HP and status. The Firebomb is used if you want to get a special weapon early in the game, which I don't. Twin Humanities is an okay choice, because if you don't want to grind too many of those later, you can get that. Binocular is a terrible choice. You get that for free in the fucking hub world, so don't pick that. Pendant is kind of a joke item for a long time. The creator of this game kind of trolled the fan base saying it was worth something, but it actually has no use whatsoever, so unless you just want to, like, role play or something, don't pick that. Master Key will open up several different locks in the first half of the game. You can buy it later on, but it will be kind of useless by that point, so it's probably the best choice in my opinion if you don't pick the Thief class. Tiny Bing's Ring does not act... That is like a bug or something, because that does not happen. HP does not recover slowly while equipped. All it does is increase your max HP by a very small amount. I don't know why. I think the game's trying to trick you there. I'm not sure. The old Witch's Ring is a strange one. It is really only good for specific lore. It has no actual gameplay effect. So I guess since I'm not going to play as a thief, I will go for the Master Key. Now, the most important choice here is class. Like a lot of RPGs and just games in general, you have a lot of different classes to choose from. I want to get this out of the way right now. Classes... While you're not locked into a certain playstyle when you pick a class, however, it's also not useless. It's not entirely against your better judgment to pick a certain class, even if you're new to the game, because sometimes it can help you get a certain build on track that you want to. If you want to be more of a magic character, for example, you can pick the Sorcerer, who will start off with Attunement and Intelligence at 15, which is the stats you kind of need. So that's less points you have to pour into stats later on down the line. So it's not... It doesn't make or break your character, but it is also... it's not useless. Don't ignore the the classes here. Just pick something that you think your build is going to be down the line. If you don't like it, just change it later on. It's not that bad. Warrior is kind of the balanced jack of all trades, I guess you could say. It has strength and dexterity going on. Knight is more of your tank class. It's a bit slow to start off with. It only has, as you can see, 10 endurance versus the 12, so it will be going quite slow, but it has more defense and a better shield. Wanderer is your dexterity-based class, which has a scimitar, I believe? That's what it looks like to me. But it has lighter defense and whatnot. Thief is also even more so dex-based than the Wanderer class, but it has a lot more emphasis on parrying. It starts off with a dagger and a small target shield, which if you're good at parrying, you can pick this class if you want to be a little more sneaky about your approach. The Bandit's more of a strength-based class, kind of a barbarian almost. It's got the big axe and the anti-poison shield, by the way. Hunter is your archer class, which starts with, you can see, arrows and also a bow. As I said before, sorcerers for magic, as the name might imply. Pyromancer is interesting. It starts at level 1, so if you want kind of a clean slate character to do anything you want with, I would say pick this class, honestly, because you don't need as many souls to level up with it, so if you want like a very specific build you have in mind if you played the game before, pick this class. Cleric uses miracles, as you can probably see. It can heal, and it will gain access to lightning-based spells later on in the game if you keep that build going, is what I'm trying to say. And then Deprived is kind of the challenge-based class. Don't pick this unless you are really good at the game and you want to start with nothing. I personally am going to go with Cleric because one reason, actually. It starts with a mace. And the mace is fucking amazing in this game. It is absolutely just pure wreckage for the early parts of the game. It is just a fantastic weapon, and I want to show it off. Just the awesome power of this weapon. So, that being said, I will pick Cleric, and I will customize my character and see you guys in a minute. Alright, I think we are done. That's as best as we're going to get right now. I can't really make him look like me because I don't have necessarily silver hair, but you know what? Let's make it unique and let's go for it. That's 'cause you've been smoking too much, bitch. One of these things is not like the other, I guess? He looks pretty cool. Naturally. Two opposite things. Two more opposite things. I think I get your point. I think I see where you're going with this, lady. Oh, I hate those guys. Are you a rapper now or something? If he's the first one, how do you know what death was? It's pretty spooky, though. I guess she's kind of hot. Pay attention to that for later, those knights. Who are we talking about again? It's pretty ballsy. With their famous dick lightning. That can't possibly be sanitary. Or like Seath the Salty. I mean, just because you ain't got no scales doesn't mean you have to stand triumphantly atop a mountain of dead dragons. Although I guess that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So things were all good then? And this looks like a pretty prosperous city. I don't like dark. Not until Dark Souls 3, don't get ahead of yourself. I wouldn't touch that if I were you. Boy, it's a good thing I don't have one of those. That would suck. Loading.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
Well, that's just lazy.
Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Well, I can't wait any longer, lady. Person who narrates all the Dark Souls games, by the way, same voice actress.
This is your fate.
Oh, you were talking to me the whole time, I'm sorry. Well, shit. Yeah, all that character customization just to look like bacon in the end. What up? Not gonna say anything? Okay. And now we have full control of our character here. As you can see, we have a key to our own cell here. Can't quite look up at the... Yeah, we can. There we go. Little detail here. There is a bucket in here. Kind of disgusting if you ask me. And some dead rat, too. I'm not too fond of this place. What do you say we leave? We have a heal miracle off the bat, as we are a cleric. Basic controls are what you'd kind of expect. You have the movement with the left stick. You can roll with the B or the circle button, depending on what version you're playing. I'm holding the B button to run right now, or circle, because I'm on a PlayStation controller. You can attack these guys just for the hell of it. Doesn't really do anything, though. Just kind of gives you 20 souls. I mean, what are you going to do with that? And well, I have the prompts for the Xbox version here, but it is a PlayStation controller, but whatever, who cares? As long as I know what I'm doing, and you guys know too. These bonfires will act as your checkpoints, by the way. Only if you rest at them, though. Do not just light them. Hit the X button twice. Make sure you do that. If you die, you will respawn here any time, indefinitely. We have a nice big blue door here to open. And that didn't look too friendly. Now, I'm going to employ, for the first time in my Let's Play, the Joestar's ultimate technique. Get the fuck out of here. That's right. Unless you are incredibly suicidal, do not attempt to fight that thing yet. Just run the fuck away. And continue on through the lockup. This is like an episode of Lockup right here, except not. Got a shield here. Not a very good one, but a shield nonetheless. Hold the left bumper, you can block with it, just like so. Demonstrate it. And grab our lovely mace, which will break the rest of the game. Not really, but for half of it, it will. I love this weapon so much. Let's give it a try, shall we? Gonna start with a running attack here. If you sprint and then hit the R1, or the right bumper, you can actually do a running attack, which is different. Your moveset is considerably varied in this game. You have, all these little tooltips will tell you, by the way. You have the backstep and the roll. Evasion moves, like so. You can do a rolling attack as well. Not very different, but it's something, you know. Have a jumping attack. If you hit the left stick and the right trigger at the same time, or R2. A strong attack, which is just R2 by itself. If you hit the Y or triangle button, by the way, yes, that will knock over the wall here, which we need to do. You can avoid that if you're paying more attention, but I was kind of talking at the time, so I don't give a fuck.
I'll
take a few free damages.
My sanity. I wish to ask something of you.
Yeah, unfortunately, this guy that gave us our key out of here is not doing so hot. He's a bit worse for wear.
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit.
There's no torches in this game, buddy. It's not Dark Souls 2.
Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage when thou ringeth the bell of awakening.
I'm not a big fan of prophecies myself. I just got done playing Zoid's Legacy, but I'll humor you, buddy.
And I can die with hope and... Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Man, my mouth is dry as fuck. Thanks, man. Look at my lips. They're just incredibly, chapped, man. I need some lotion.
And thank you.
I'll show you how to get lotion in a minute. Can't quite get it yet. Thankfully, that damage is, negligible. I hope he's doing okay. I wanted to show off two-handing there, but that guy was being a dick about it. If you hit the, X button, or square on the PlayStation, you can heal or use an item that's in your hotbar. Like so. You can equip up to 5 items in said hotbar, right here. Haven't quite gotten our catalyst yet, though. I want to show that off. Here it is. This is a talisman. It is one of the many catalysts in this game, which will be used to cast spells. You can have 2 weapons at a time, so it's no big deal. And if you hit your attack button with the catalyst in hand, it will instead cast a spell. I'm gonna try to parry it eventually. I know certain shields do it better than others, but there it is. If you hit L2 with a shield, you can parry an attack, and therefore riposte. It's actually easier with the non-undead human enemies because they have a bit more of a normal attack pattern. So once we face more traditional knight-type foes, we will be able to consistently parry most enemies, thankfully. Through here is another enemy type, quite a different one. Ah, I couldn't quite get it that time. As I said, the early enemies are quite slow, but it throws me off because I'm used to the later enemies that are actually more akin to how a player would fight, I guess you would say. Yeah, I can't quite do it, so I'm going to show off something else here. A backstab. It's quite the opposite of a lot of players, because some people can fight, can parry the easy enemies like this, but can't quite do it on the, again, the non-undead enemies that fight normally. but I am more used to that timing, because the last time I played this, I was actually in the area of the game that had those. Now we can fight this boss, and I will show off a plunging attack here. Weird camera. That is if you hold L1, or not L1, R1, while you are dropping down from the skies, you will do a plunging attack, which does insane damage, as you can see, and sometimes it's a critical animation as well. As you can see, I blocked the attack there. Did a lot of stamina damage to me, though. All you have to do here is kind of circle this guy. I'm using strong attacks to do more damage. Oh, he backed up a little bit. There we go. Simple as that. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing to it. Gangster rap made me do it. And there is our, quote-unquote lotion, as you'll see later on. But let us continue this pilgrimage out to, wherever it may lead us. I want you guys to take every opportunity to take in the lovely scenery of this game, because it is a very immersive game. That is the best way to put it. I think there's items around here, though. I want to look real quick before I keep going. It's nothing too spectacular, but I would like to grab them if I can. Let's see, I believe this might be it. Here we are. A little bit of an extra soul for you. As you can see, the slope detection is not very good in this game, but can't be perfect, you know. Let's keep going. And continue our
Only
destiny of sorts.
in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage
Didn't expect to travel by
to
air,
the
but
land of the ancient lords.
I guess my Pokemon LP is carrying over because I can use Fly here for some reason.
Lordran.
There we go, lovely cutscene here. Just kind of showing off the panoramic view of the country we'll be spending most of the game in. Kind of reminiscent of Ocarina of Time, really. Here we are. Welcome to Lordran. As I said, this will be the place where almost the entire game takes place. It is quite a large country of sorts. And we're going to use some lotion here. By which I mean humanity, which will allow us to reverse our hollowing to become human once again. Let me explain that. Being human in this game means a few things. Your humanity will increase your defense, your chance of finding items, as in drops from enemies, but it will also open you up to invaders from other worlds. If you are human, anytime an invader playing online can choose to enter your game and participate in PvP with you. It can be quite tough because I'm playing the PC version, so there's going to be a lot of hackers in this game. But hopefully I won't run into it too much, because while I'm recording and uploading and all that, hopefully it will make my internet so shitty that they won't have to come into my world. Go ahead and going to use this soul as well, just to get a few extra. But this is Firelink Shrine, the hub of the game. This has a few different things to find, and will kind of be our home. We will be coming back here quite a lot to venture to new areas and whatnot. Now, a lot of newer players will probably go here first. This is not a good idea. This is the graveyard. It contains lots and lots of incredibly tough skeleton enemies. They're easy later on, but right now you're not equipped to take care of them, so I would not recommend it personally. Hi, Crow, you're in my face. But a few things to do here, as I said, a few extra items to grab. Such as this, another soul. And yes, there's fall damage in this game. It's not too bad. It's not like Dark Souls 2 where every tiny little fall kills you. You can also jump in this game if you hold down sprint and then press B twice really fast. It's kind of awkward. In my opinion, Dark Souls 2 did that better by making it to where you can just use the left stick, R3 to click in the, or not R3, L3 to click in the stick and just move that way. It's a bit of a point of contention, but that's how I like it. Let's see, I believe there's a lot more items here, though. There's some NPCs as well we can talk to, get acquainted. Kind of a chubby fellow here with his strange bowl cut. Is he part of Team Galactic? Probably not.
If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Well, fuck you, man. I'm up in your face. What are you gonna do about it?
Hello there. I realize that I have but I also want you to know that it is not meant in
And
ill
what
will.
did you mean by it, fam?
No, go ahead.
Oh, thanks. You know, I just love getting money
Oh my.
in a world where souls are the only currency.
I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I would that?
Why the fuck not?
Very well. Then first.
And yes, the cleric
we
starts
share
off in the Way of Light Covenant.
Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your
Covenants in
efforts
this game
and your
are
faith.
something interesting. Get a gesture here, kind of emotes, kind of like RuneScape. We also have miracles we can use. They're not very good except for force, which I will get later on. And we already have a regular talisman, so what's the point?
Come again. The
You know my bad, it's a
effectiveness-
canvas talisman, whatever. Either way, what you should do is run over here and drop down this chasm. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Jump down here, and there's a lot of treasure chests for you to grab. First off is the Morning Star, which is not as good as the mace. I will tell you that right now. It's okay because it's a strike weapon. If you didn't pick the mace, it's okay to have early on, but it is inferior to the mace in most aspects. A homeward bone, that will take you to the last bonfire you rested at, so it's kind of like an escape rope in that regard. We have cracked red-eye orb. If you want to invade someone else's world and engage in PvP combat, that's the item for you. And last but not least, a Lloyd's Talisman. That will prevent enemies from healing. If you throw it at them, enemies will not be able to heal. Let's get away from those skeletons now, shall we? Yeah, many things here will open up further once you've progressed in the game. Right now it's quite limited. Gonna go ahead and rest here now just to get that health back. And we'll talk to this strange fella in the chainmail.
You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first.
I'm aware of that. I know many people have played this game before.
You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening.
That's
One's
right.
up above in the
Our boy
undead
Oscar, that was
church.
his name by the way, the
other
knight
is
that ended up
far
dying back there.
in the ruins at the base of
It was
Blight
not mentioned,
Tower.
but his name is in
Even
fact
though-
Oscar.
And something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on.
Yes, we actually have 2 bells to ring, not just one.
So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
But yeah, this is the crestfallen warrior. He is incredibly pessimistic. He will give you a few hints down the line, but for the most part, he is a bit useless, really. I mean, he doesn't factor that much into the story, and he will try to discourage you from going on any further. This down here is the Firekeeper. If you have a certain item, she will reinforce your Estus Flask for you. You don't have it right now, but we will later on, of course. And her tongue is cut out. She cannot speak right now. we're gonna head down this elevator instead, once I get to it. Yes, I'm sure most people watching this know about this game already. It is incredibly popular, kind of a AAA franchise at this point, and is one of my personal favorites. I am quite the fan of this series, and I would like to, again, like I did with Zoids, like I did with Pokemon, just do it justice. Give it the treatment it deserves. Down here are a few items. I'm going to try to find them if I can. Let's see here. There's a weapon down here, I believe. And by I believe, I know for sure. Just got to find the exact... oh, by the way. Is anybody doing some modeling? Let's kick him. I said, let's kick him. What the fuck? Fine. Whatever. You just keep laying down. I'm gonna get shit done myself. I ain't got time for thoughterly. Yeah, the kick is to break a guard of a shield. It is L1, or no, left stick plus R1. It's a little weird to pull off. Takes a bit of doing. You don't click the stick, all you do is like tap it forward and press R1 at the same time and you will do a kick. Hello. Here we have 2 transient curses, which will allow us to fight ghosts later on. Extra spooky ghosts. Right now it's not of much use to us, but it's just nice to be there, I suppose. Also, if you go into this room, there's a little something for you. Check this out. Master key, baby. If you have the master key, you can go immediately to the second bell. I won't say what is there just yet. It is through that corridor right there, but the second bell is kind of an advanced area for this part of the game. Hello, pop in. And you can kind of explore this Valley of the Drakes a little bit, but as you can see, there is something quite large out there that you don't want to fuck with just yet. I will visit that later. Just for now, put your trust in me that you don't want to fuck with it. You have another soul here, by the way. Very nice. Let's see here. But for now, our business is not down here in the New Londo ruins. It is up top. Let's grab this, though. Lots of souls. Just gotta, you know, grab as many as you can early on, because those souls in this game, if you didn't know, are both the experience points and the currency of the game. So you can choose to either spend them on specific loot, or level up your stats with them. It's up to you, honestly. There ain't nothing stopping you, baby. I sound like Space Dandy when I say that. Although I could not be as good as Ian Sinclair. Lovely voice actor. Good husbando material. So, I think that's it for this time, honestly. I want to kind of just to get an introductory episode out of the way. So right now, we're going to cut this off right at the threshold of our next destination. Next time, we will head up these stairs and find out what lies ahead. Until then, stay gold and don't go turning hollow.